Hello, my gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous co-human. I want to start off this episode by expressing so much gratitude towards you. I actually started out this morning just checking like how's the podcast going? And we're actually at a stage where we have listeners from all over the world. And saying that just puts the biggest smile on my face. Not really from anything specific, but just the awe of what we can do. The awe of, wow, I'm reaching people in this world, hopefully bringing light and inspiration or joy or whatever reason you come to these podcasts. I can do that from where I am in the world. And that's just incredible. I'm telling you, this is a feeling that can't really be explained. It's something else. And I get to live my dream because of you. So thank you so, so much for being here, for continuing to tune in. It is genuinely the joy of my life. And with that sweet and nice beginning, it's going to be quite the contrast in this episode. Because this episode is gonna be, it's gonna feel like a kick in the butt. And it is, but it's a loving kick in the butt. So I really just want you to know that this is not an episode for comfort, but it's an episode to call forth the version of you who is done watching her or his life from the sidelines. And I want to put it out there. If you're not ready for this kick in the butt, don't listen to this episode now. You can either skip to the next episode or skip it all together. If you're ready for a loving kick in the butt, it's perfect. You're here, your ass is in the arena, and that's awesome. This this particular episode is one I've been wanting to record for a while, but it's never really felt like it was the right time. This really has to be broadcasted in the right energy. And right now, recording this, we are at the peak of the Aries season, and I'm actually an Aries, in case you didn't already know this. And I'm telling you that the fire in me, it gets amplified in this season. It's so crazy, and especially as we are approaching my birthday, it's so unreal. I'm lit up, and I honestly cannot think of a better time to record this episode. So I decided I'm doing it today. So be prepared for a fiery episode. I want you to mentally stick your paw out and let me light you up in the best possible way. So take a nice deep inhale, no matter what you're doing right now. You can even lift your shoulders like all the way up to your ears, and then on an exhale, drop it all down. Shoulders, breath, everything just be here. Be here. Get your ass in the arena. Get your cute as fuck ass in the arena. That sentence is one of the core mantras in the Dare to Rest world. And it's one of those sentences that most of my clients take with them. It tends to stick with them quite a lot. So what does it mean to get your ass in the arena? What it means is pretty basically that you gotta do the freaking thing. You gotta get your butt off the stands and into the arena. Sounds pretty simple, but it's not always. And as always, I go with full transparency. So I want to remind you that I frequently have to ask myself that question. Is my ass in the arena? Or am I standing on the sidelines? Because being in the arena takes courage. And it just feels so much safer to stand on the sideline. But standing on the sideline also feels a lot more bland. So let me paint it to you, this core mantra, as a picture. I want you to imagine a big, big, big arena. Imagine a large soccer or football stadium or baseball stadium. Even if you've been there, imagine the Colosseum in Rome, or if you've ever been in another fancy big arena place. Imagine that. Now imagine you've bought a ticket to go there. It's huge. It's loud. It's noisy. It's going to be phenomenal. The game, the show, whatever's going to be there is going to be spectacular. And I don't know what show you bought that ticket to, and it really doesn't matter here. Because what matters is buying a ticket to the show does not mean that you are in the arena. It means you are a spectator to the arena. You may have bought a ticket, but you're still standing on the sideline looking at the arena. And up here in the stands, on the sidelines, you blend in with all the other people looking at the arena. But in the arena, you cannot hide. Not from you or from anyone else. It's probably going to be super exciting to watch whatever show, game, whatever you've bought a ticket to. It might be exciting to look at what is happening in the arena, but to actually be in the arena, courage is required. Because on the sideline, you think, you wonder, you cheer, you look, you get disturbed by the person next to you. All things are happening. But in the arena, you're doing the brave thing. You're putting your whole self into it. There's blood, there's sweat, there's tears, there's anxiety, there's joy. Like you are taking action, you're showing up. You're not watching the show, you're in the show. You're focused, you're alive, you're present. And that's what I want you to do in your life and for yourself. I want you to get your ass in the arena to put skin in the game. Because that's when we come alive. That's where we get all these amazing stories that we can look back at in hindsight. So let's break this down further to what this really is and what it isn't as well. So we'll do a few examples. For instance, buying a self-development program and listening to it is exactly like buying a ticket to a show. You will get an extraordinary experience. There will be aha moments. You will be cheering. You might have wake up moments. It's impactful information. But buying a self-development program alone will not get you to change. Why? Because there's no skin in the game. It's definitely a step forward to awaken and expand your awareness, but you still only bought a ticket to the show. You're not in the arena. And the same goes for this podcast. It's safe to listen here. It's also safe to listen to the program. But if you want actual change in life, you have to go experiment and play with all the things that you were learning. Because change does not happen on a mental level alone. But it feels so good. It feels so safe to listen to the program because you feel seen and it feels good. And now you understand why you're doing X, Y, and Z, but it still doesn't change you. If you want to be the mom who doesn't shout at her children when she's, sorry, when she's tired or stressed, you gotta make sure you implement the ways of unloading yourself during the week and no longer be willing to say that you're too busy to prioritize it and waiting for life to cool down. Making it happen, that unloading of yourself, is you with your ass in the arena. If what you desire is for your partner to pursue you, realizing how you may have been a little bit too controlling by listening to a program or getting a breakthrough somewhere else is not enough. It's awareness. But if you want your partner to pursue you and you can have this close, intimate, sensual connection, you gotta practice polarity and owning your part in the relationship by doing it. And if you want to become this relaxed receiver in life, realizing that you suck asking for help will not get you anywhere. The realization is you buying the ticket to seeing it, that that's the way it is. But only when you start to ask for help, accepting the help, and being grateful for the help, even if it's not done the way you wanted it or on the timeline you wanted it, but still navigating it in a graceful way. Only then you have your ass in the arena. And if your desire is that you no longer ever, for the rest of your entire life, want to worry about having stress or being burned out, you gotta get skin in the game to shift the things inside you that makes you continue to push, to please, to overgive, to stay in that struggle loop, in that state of survival that we're all wired for. You gotta get skin in the game. And if you want to feel free and happy and light, and right now you're not, the only thing to do is to get your ass in the arena and start creating a life that turns you on instead of just talking about it, or worse, even complaining about all the other things that's wrong in your current life to distract you from that desire that's burning beneath. This was a lot. And I really, my own fire right now is, I hope this ignites something in you and not from a place of judgment. And I have no intention of making you feel wrong or shame. This really is just let this be a wake up moment. This is still you buying a ticket to the show. It gets to touch you. And I have a feeling it does. But real change happens when you start showing up in a new way, when you start to create a new way of being. Because fact is, with this whole analogy, that on the sideline, you consume, and in the arena, you create. I'll just repeat that. On the sideline, you consume. In the arena, you create. And honestly, that's why it's so scary to be in the arena. Trust me, I know. But I also know it's the most empowering place to be. In the arena is where I feel most alive. I feel most fierce. I feel most feelings, just all feelings. More fear, more joy, more power, more bliss. Everything. It makes me feel alive because I'm not just a spectator to something, I'm living it. And of course, this show that plays in the arena, sometimes it's a huge show. Other times it's a small show. And sometimes it's even a replay of a show. But you're still in the arena. When we are in the arena, things are on the line. And that's where we feel the rawness and the fullness of life. Emotions and fears and thoughts we never would have thought up. They show up when the, when our ass is in the arena. And it's when we work with those things that we could not have dreamed up. That's when transformation happens. Because we're no longer working on theoretical things, but on actual lived experience of being in and staying in the arena. Figuring out how to navigate life while our cute asses are in the arena. Because you can say there's two types of work. There's work about thinking about doing the thing, which is what we do from the sideline. And then there's the work about being inside the thing while it's happening. And only one of those are changing your life. Sometimes my clients, which by the way is called co-humans in my world, they ask me questions like, oh, what if this happens if I do that? Or they say things like, oh, I'm afraid maybe it could go wrong. What if it doesn't work? I'm not sure I'm ready for that. And all of that, all of those thoughts, all of those feelings that come up then, all those emotions are absolutely welcome. And we can talk about them. And we do when I have people in my one-on-one mentorship. But if we're only talking about how it might feel to be in the arena, what you're being coached on is actually the fear of stepping into the arena. It does not prepare you for what it feels like to be in the arena to navigate being in the arena. It's two very, very different things. So maybe I can really make this land with another example. I'm assuming most of you guys listening in here you're probably parents, most of you. So I want you to picture this, just to get an idea of what I mean. Before you became a parent, would you have been able to receive coaching upfront about how to navigate 10 sleepless nights in a row and a baby that keeps throwing spaghetti at the wall? No? I hear a big loud no. Because you had no idea what that would feel like, who you had to be to navigate it in a healthy way. You might have had an idea about what it would be like, but most likely it didn't even come close. You could have never imagined what it felt like to be in that situation. You can absolutely prepare, and that's not what I'm saying here. You gotta get your ass in the arena to find out what it's really about. And my experience by now is that the most potent coaching and change in our life, it happens when we have skin in the game. When your cute as fuck ass is in the arena. Because we can talk for ages about what might happen when you step into the arena. We can work out strategies to avoid X, Y, or Z, or we can plan for A, B, and C to happen. But all of that is just theory. It's spectatorship. It's you standing on the sideline, having bought a ticket to the show, wishing, hoping, planning. It's mental games. There's no skin in the game. So you gotta get your cute ass in the arena. You gotta get your ass in the arena. Unless, of course, you enjoy to be a spectator. But since you're here and since you're still listening, I have a very deep feeling that's not who you want to be the majority of time. There's nothing wrong with standing on the sideline at times to buy a ticket to the show. But to live an entire life from the sideline, that can feel like a long life. And you probably tried this as well. You tried living from the sideline. You know, that place where everything looks good on the outside, but it feels kind of empty on the inside. And that's because you are a spectator to life. You are consuming more than you are creating. So to get what you want, the requirement is clear. Get your ass in the arena. Get your ass in the arena and start creating it, whatever your it is, by facing all the things that needs to be faced as you are doing it. Skin in the game. Your cute, delicious butt in the arena. Because inside the arena is when life gets fun again. It's also scary. It's also joyful. It's also sometimes frustrating as fuck. But I'm telling you, it's so much more fun to be frustrated about doing the thing than being frustrated about not doing the thing. In the arena is where life becomes full. It will take so much courage, but you have so got it in you. Breathe. Let's do a little bit of a shake. My arms over my head. I'm shaking everything. So, whatever this is for you, the it that you've just been a spectator for, maybe it's a conversation, maybe it's a boundary, maybe it's a dream, it could be a desire, an ask, a decision, a big leap. Whatever it is, I want you to ask yourself, is my ass in the arena, or am I standing on the sideline? And as you're tuning into this podcast, let this be your moment to step into the arena, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, like right at the end of this podcast. Get your ass in the arena and start living life, start living life like it's actually yours. You are so worthy of that. And you can so do it. That feeling of, oh, that fear, that's just a green light. It's a sign that there's something powerful on the other side waiting for you. And of course, I want to end by saying that if you want to have someone to stand by you in the arena, that's where you can call me and hire me as your mentor. Because even though you're the one who have to get your ass in the arena, you don't have to stand there alone. But the requirement is clear. You gotta get your ass in the arena.